Hey guys, looks like this weekend is off to a great start. Check this out. Jason Schreier says there are 24 people with full-time jobs left in the video game press right now. The remaining few are just trying to hold on to their jobs, but he wouldn't be shocked if we see even more gaming outlets disappear in 2025. We're going to read his full statement in just a moment, but you might recall like a month ago or so, I was talking about some journalists on Twitter, like gaming journalists on Twitter, that were complaining about the state of things, and they were saying something like that too. I forget the quote, but like the guy was complaining about how little gaming journalists are actually left. Obviously, this is an amazing win for gamers. Now let's take a look at what Jason Schreier says in full. His full statement reads, I empathize, but there are maybe 24 people with full-time jobs in the video game press right now, and they're all overworked and underpaid. Most of their traffic comes from guides, search engine optimization, and aggregating news first, so it gets traction on Reddit. Very little of that traffic leads to revenue, because the advertisement business has been destroyed by Google and Facebook. But still, people need to chase traffic because otherwise they won't have jobs for very long. Despite that, sites like IGN and Polygon are still frequently promoting cool indie games, even if it's not at the rate you'd prefer. Blaming media for the industry's woes is easy but misguided. I'm one of the few people fortunate enough to have a large platform, and I try to use it to boost indie games that I fall in love with, but there are too many games released every week, and not enough time to play them all. Those few journalists remaining are just trying to hold on to their jobs in an industry that is far, far more precarious than video gaming, where things are rough right now, but money's still coming in. Recruiters don't even exist in media because there are no jobs to recruit for. I wouldn't be shocked if we see even more gaming outlets disappear in 2025. It's pretty telling how he's attempting to put most of the blame on Google and Facebook, and doesn't say anything about how various gaming journalists have destroyed their own careers with the nonsense they wrote for literal years, arguably around even like a decade or so. They drove their own audience away. They decided to write a bunch of hit pieces about gamers, how gamers are terrible, blah, blah, blah. You know, all this sort of nonsense. If there was ever a time to use the word slop, it would certainly apply to gaming journalism. And look, just to be clear, the stuff that Jason Schreier mentioned may also be a contributing factor, but we also know for a fact that the stuff I mentioned is absolutely a contributing factor, if not one of the biggest factors. And as always, these people never mention that stuff. Oh, and let's talk about that claim you made about they're all overworked and underpaid regarding these gaming journalists. Yeah, because writing their slop is such difficult work and underpaid compared to what the inflated payments that they were getting for years writing that slop. Now the ones left are reaping what they sowed and we're supposed to feel bad for them. Yeah, no thanks. But yeah, just a quick segment talking about this news that I think you guys will find interesting. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you enjoyed my coverage, please also consider liking and or subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend and I'll see you in the next one.